Good afternoon and welcome back to Victoria Park for today's final in the Godfrey Cup. Sorry for the delay to the commentary, but we are here at Victoria Park, 6 minutes on the clock, and the early exchanges have seen the Isle of Man having most of the ball and most of the attacking play. I'll run you through the starting lineups for anybody watching at home. Do feel free to share the link on YouTube for the final of the Godfrey Cup with anybody who's looking to watch. We'll go for the team that's nearest, so Jersey, who are in blue today, the Isle of Man, who are in red and orange. But Jersey FA have got Sarah Luce in goal. Across the back there's Natasha Keane, who is playing at left back, with Poppy Benet and Danielle Bradshaw at centre back, with Tiffany Sunby at right back. And then the two in front of that back four in blue for Jersey are number 10 Leah Morris and number 8 the skipper Holly Sunby. In front of them, the attacking trio who were so positive last night of Leah Morris, number 10, number 11 Sophia Rodriguez, and number 7 Roisin Flynn, who was so dangerous. And then on the bench there is number 21 Taya Vass, 12 Rachel McCartan, 14 Lauren Carey, 15 Emily LePage, and 16 Hannah Lynham. For the Isle of Man, we've got their team sheet. At last, 21 in goal, Kaylee Gregor, who so far has been a spectator. We'll just break off because it looks like the Isle of Man might be able to do something here, but it's a poor cross from the dangerous Holly Stephen, who gave Amy Ogier yesterday a really difficult game. So, the Isle of Man playing with what looks like a back three again. In the middle of the back three is the skipper Becky Corkish, with number 2 Stevie Mallon, who came on yesterday, and yesterday's skipper 15 Tia Lissy in the back three. And then wing backs number 7 Holly Stephen, and it does look like out wide Sarah Wignall, number 9, who was playing as a number 10 yesterday, but is now looks like she's playing at either left back or left wing back. Central midfield, number 14, Lydia Shaw, who was at the centre of the Isle of Man defence yesterday, alongside Holly Sumner, who was very positive in central midfield. And then up top is Lula Findlay, with what looks like from here Lisa Costain, who scored that third goal for the Isle of Man yesterday, and Ellie Gorn out on the left, who is just sitting in now for Sarah Wignall. So that's your lineups here at Victoria Park in the final, and that's a speculative effort there by Sumner. And hopefully you can't hear the aircon. I'm going to ask my colleague in the commentary box if he can hear on YouTube. Fingers crossed you'll be able to test it out. And who is my colleague in the commentary box today?
Sam.
Sam. Just Sam, he doesn't have a surname. Just Sam. So it's 0-0 here at Victoria Park. The heat has died down, but it looks quite bright outside, but it's certainly a little bit cooler. And we've got Joelle Priya, who's back in the commentary box. Finally called her the right name. At least I'm not eating fish and chips today.
I'm getting my snack bag.
Good, good. It's a great cross. It's collected by Sarah Luce. It's Jersey now who pick it up with Rodriguez. And that's a really nice turn from Rodriguez, but she can't keep it in. And Rodriguez was very positive in that first game for Jersey against the Isle of Wight. But the Isle of Man pressing them back now. Strong, experienced team here. And perhaps I got it wrong. It does look like a 4 at the back for the Isle of Man. They played 3 yesterday, but Sarah Wignall playing as one of the forward players, and it's number 18 Ellie Gorn who is at left back. So it bounces off of Rodriguez, and a little bit of grappling there between the number 2 for the Isle of Man, Stevie Mallon and Rodriguez. But Jersey under some pressure here. It was, of course, the Isle of Man who won this first Cherry Godfrey Cup 2 years ago. Sumner plays it into the middle for Sumner. Sumner again plays it back to Lissy, who tries to find Wignall, but it goes over her head and it's collected by Benet, who's got a strong partnership with Bradshaw, I'm told, by Tim Pryor, the CEO of the Jersey FA. And they looked very solid yesterday, but hard to tell when they weren't massively tested by what was a quite lacklustre performance from the Isle of Wight, who earlier today lost 5-1 against Guernsey in the 3rd-4th playoff, with Heidi Dorber getting a hat-trick and Emily Jeffries and Millie Jeffries getting one each. So it does look like the race for the Golden Boot could almost be over. Heidi Dorber with 4 so far. But goals yesterday for Flynn, Sundby and Rodriguez for Jersey, and a goal for a goal for Wignall from a set piece yesterday. And Wignall. It's cleared now by Jersey. And Shaw steps over. And then they're going to look to build from the back with Lissy, who plays it forward to Gawn. And she could make a crossing opportunity here, and she does. And it's Wignall down to Stevie Mallon. No, sorry, that's Stephen, who played so well on the right yesterday for the Isle of Man. But I have to say, I think it was you saying before, it's very strange seeing Jersey not in red. Yeah. It's a bit unsettling. So Jersey in blue. We might get Joelle to explain why they're in blue and not in red. So it's Stephen on the edge of the box. Can she make a shot? No. It's cleared out, and it looks like it's going out for a corner. It was Wignall who took a lot of the set pieces yesterday. But it'll be Molly Stephen, the right winger now, who is going to take this. So fingers crossed we're not being drowned out by the aircon, but if we turn the aircon off, I have a strong feeling me and Sam will die here, because it is hot. So Stephen over the ball. It's lofted to the back post. It's cleared away well by Jersey. And gets off. Gawn tries a shot. It's off the shoulder of Lula Findlay, who on the team sheet yesterday was Lula Bell Findlay. So decided to just go for Lula today. Especially if you've got a name like Lula Bell, you can choose. So it's loose on the ball with a big kick into the Isle of Man half. It's missed by Lissy. And Tavares, who held the ball up really well, doesn't manage to get any change out of Lissy there. And it's Benet. And Tavares will try and control it. She does. A great touchdown, and she finds Rodriguez on the left, and this is dangerous. And Sunby's coming in, but this is saved by Gregor. And it's Rodriguez with the break. And that is a great bit of defending there by the Isle of Man skipper, Becky Corkish. It's Tash Keane on the ball. Loose touch, and now it's Stephen, who's racing forward. And Stephen plays it into the centre, and it's taken out of the air by Morris. And Flynn is late to get to it, and Flynn not seeing a lot of the ball, and that's where Jersey saw a huge amount of their play last night. Were you here, Sam, last night?
No.
Oh, you missed out. You missed out. Super game, and Rasheen Flynn and Rodriguez, Sophia Rodriguez, were certainly the big threats for Jersey, and they've not had a kick so far, apart from, well, that shot off the line from Rodriguez. So Stephen plays it across the goal. It's out to Morris, who finds Flynn. In towards Sunby, the skipper. She's looking around. Can she find Tavares? Tavares not got the pace for that, but it's cleared well by Lissy. Very much the school of, if in doubt, get it out there. Tash Keane will trot up to take this throw. Tash Keane, who I used to remember played a lot further forward, but maybe not getting in the team ahead of Rodriguez at left wing, so settling for a berth at left back. We all know what it's like to be a winger who becomes a fullback. Big question, I suppose, for anybody who likes football's mind at the moment is who's going to play right back for England tonight, Sam?
I reckon Jed Spence.
Jed Spence, how do you feel about that?
I don't actually mind it.
Don't mind it against Panama.
He's been alright this tournament when he's played.
And he's got that great recovery pace.
Yeah, exactly.
But he did play for a pretty terrible Spurs side.
Yeah, that's the only problem with him.
That's lofted in, won by the Isle of Man, and the referee Brent Blondell giving it to the Isle of Man. So it's Brent Blondell in the middle. On the far side, Nico Squatto, who was in the middle for Guernsey versus the Isle of Man yesterday. And on this near side, Martin Whitten. So 3 local officials. And Brent Blondell, who's seen as probably one of the most experienced officials on the island and a decent centre forward in his day, which is past now. So it's short. It's played out towards Stevie Mallon at right back, who's going to try and make it forward a little bit. But that's completely missed Lisa Costain, and it's back to Tiffany Sunby, who has the sun in her eyes, I think. A few of the Jersey players possibly wishing they had a cap like Sarah Luce. It's a good run here by Sumner. Played out wide to Gorn, but it's too heavy, and it'll be a Jersey goal kick with Luce over the ball here. And Luce has got a good kick on her, so I'd be surprised if she goes short. But there doesn't seem to be much interest from Bennett and Bradshaw to take it short, and it does go long, but it's only as far as Sumner. It's well won there by Bennett, Bradshaw even. A good save from that shot after the whistle by Sarah Luce. But Brent Blondell giving a free kick there for a foul on Bradshaw. It's Benet over this free kick. Benet trying to find Flynn, but only as far as Lissy. At the heart of that defence with the skipper Corkish. Now Stevens plays it. It's out for another Isle of Man corner, and Lissy's coming forward here. Won a lot in the air yesterday, and Sarah Wignall, who's out on that left hand side, not seeing a lot of the play. She was certainly the Isle of Man's most dangerous player yesterday. They'll want to get her on the ball a bit more. So it's corner on this near side. And Luce misses it, and it's won by Lissy, but it's just cleared off the line. Blondell says no, calls that it's over the line, but a very difficult one to call there. I did not see it go over the line. What are we saying, Sam?
No goal.
No goal, definitely no goal. Definitive. I like this. I like the fact that you know your onions, Sam. I think Mr. Blondell has got it right there. Morris clearing it, and there's nobody up there to pick it up, so it's the skipper Corkish, number 8, who plays it across to Lissy, who just had that header cleared off the line. And I'm guessing she's related to the Isle of Man manager, because we have a Wayne Lissy on the bench, but we don't know how. But we do know that Tiffany Sunby and Holly Sunby may have been mentioned on the BBC commentary of the Marathi that they're sisters. They're not sisters, they're married. Just a classic mistake there by Mr. Brent Pilnick, if he's listening. But apart from that, flawless. And that's a good tackle there by Corkish to stop Flynn from making it in, because she is the danger for this Jersey side. Flynn and Rodriguez on those wings, with Tavares playing in that deeper role, trying to bring them into play. So 21.5 minutes on the clock. It's 0-0 in this final in the Cherry Godfrey Cup. And it looks like it's Rodriguez over the ball. And the Isle of Man certainly taller than this Jersey team. And it's won by Lissy, who's trying to clear it out, and she does. There's a bit of a melee there. But it's well cleared by Lissy, who skippered the side yesterday and put in a very good performance. So still a decent crowd for this. We were slightly worried that with Guernsey not playing, the crowd may wash away, but it's a good cross there by Tavares to Rodriguez, and Gregor gets under it and catches it well. And she's going to try and start play quickly here, gets it out to Holly Stephen. It's back to Sumner. It's out to Gorm. A mistouch there. And now Jersey will try not to get caught out here, and Benet clears it. Out towards Flynn, who hasn't seen a lot of the ball, and Tavares misses out there, and now it's Mallon. But Jersey pick it up, and now it's Sunbeat, plays it through to Tavares. She's looking for Rasheen Flynn. Has she got the pace to beat Gorn? Not then, but it does look like we could have a decent foot race on our hands. And I think this is our first hydration break. So I am going to give you a break from my voice whilst I go and get myself some water, because it is hot. So the hydration break is over, and it's a throw in to the Jersey. It's Flynn who's tried to pick it up and is tackled by Lisa Costain, who scored last night for the Isle of Man, scored that third goal. Important goal after Guernsey looked like they might be getting into it. It's Lula Finley now, who didn't see a lot of the ball yesterday. Sunby plays it out to Rodriguez. Great, well chested down. It's towards Flynn, but she gets in front of her man, and now Tavares will try and win it back. Tash Keen is battling away. Findlay touches it past Bradshaw, but her partner Benet is on hand to help out. It's back to Luce, who clears it towards Tash Keen, and she can only help it out of play. And I suspect she wanted to head it down the line. To short. Yesterday's skipper, who's anchoring that midfield for the Isle of Man. There's a foul there by Stevens, who's not happy about that, but did seem to clip Tash Keen, who's got that knee brace on her left knee after that injury years ago. So it's Benet, who plays it long towards Tavares, just headed over by Sumner. Did enough to get something on it to stop Tavares taking it down. And it's Sumner with the ball down the left now, looking to find a red shirt. Of course, if you are watching, it is the Isle of Man in red and orange and Jersey in blue today. Their away kit. I'm not sure what the rules are. That means that they have to. In fact, it was you who knew, wasn't it, Tyrese? Well, no, you don't. Why they've had to? Why it's the Isle of Man in red and Jersey in blue? But it feels very strange seeing Jersey in blue. And it's Tavares racing forward. She's tackled by Lissy, and Lissy does well to get a throw in there, given by Nico Squatto, the Guernsey official. Stephen takes it away from Rodriguez, but plays it into the middle to Sumner, who goes back to Lissy. And now out to Wignall, who loses possession cheaply. And Benet tries a long ball forward towards Rodriguez. And this could be something here after a loose touch from Corkish. It comes to nothing. And now Mallon has it. Mallon wins the header. It's Corkish who will mop up at the back and restart the play. So as we said, a decent crowd here, probably around 150 people still here, including corporates, lots of people in white in the handstand after what sounds like a lovely lunch. And I've been told there's a hog roast later. Do you guys get anything from that?
I don't know, hopefully.
Wow, there we go. Well, there's the campaign starts now for us to get a bit of a hog roast. So it's Rodriguez. It's a decent turn there by Tavares, but she plays herself into trouble, and now it's Wignall in the Isle of Man half, plays it out towards Stevens. There's a Black's header, and now Bradshaw under pressure, and this could be trouble here. Stevens running onto it, and now it's Wignall with the shot, and it's a goal for the Isle of Man. A poor clearance there by Danielle Bradshaw led to a goal for number 9, Sarah Wignall, who was so impressive yesterday. Number 9, Sarah Wignall. And that was exactly where you want to put it. Sarah Luce, and probably the best goalkeeper in the Channel Islands, but she couldn't get near that. Down to her right-hand side. And it's the Isle of Man who take the first blood, and they've looked like the better sides, and Jersey will have work to get back into this. So that's 2 goals for Wignall in this tournament. She needs another 2 to equal Heidi Dorber if she's going to get near the golden boot. But that was a good strike after some poor possession from Jersey. Will be very frustrated. Danielle Bradshaw, who looked so composed yesterday, being put under pressure there. Good turn by Morris there, and she looks for the foul, but Blondell says no. It's out to the goal scorer Wignall. He plays it back to her captain Corkish, and Corkish is going to make some ground now. She tries to play it through to Wignall, but that ball is a little bit over, and now out towards Wignall again, who just looked like she may have been offside, but no flag from the near side from Martin Whittam. Isle of Man pressing forward now, and does look like, with the way this play is going, it could be another win for the Isle of Man in the Cherry Godfrey Cup. It's just a question whether they might need penalties again. As Wignall, the goal scorer, over this corner. She scored from a free kick yesterday, and it doesn't beat the first man there. Straight smack bang into Rasheen Flynn, who's just standing as close as she can. It's over Flynn this time, and it's met by Lissy at the back post. But Blondell says there's a foul, there was some pushing. He's got a big smile on his face, so she. So that's the back of the net, but that's no goal there. Big smiles, not too much protestation there. But the Isle of Man showing they're very dangerous from set pieces with Lissy, who's won every corner that's come in and had one in the back of the net and one cleared off the line. Jersey are going to have to do something about that. Stephen on the ball. It's over the head of the Isle of Man. It's forwards. It's cleared by Benet there as Lisa Costain looks to get something. It's out for another corner that's going to be taken on this near side by Stephen. Oh no, in fact it's a throw-in. Hard to see beneath that pole. It's crossed in towards Costain. It's Mallon to Stephen. It's headed away by Bradshaw. It's Costain, picks up the afters. It's Shaw, who tries to head it back into danger. It's out to Stephen again. He's being sent back by Rodriguez. Mallon tries to swing it in. It's missed by Benet. And the dangerous Wignall tries to get it under control. See some Jersey flags, some Jersey fans over there now. Can we see any Isle of Man flags around? I can't. I can see a Guernsey flag that's still there. I think somebody might be coming back to get that.
Far right corner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we see the Isle of Man flag there. Fantastic.
And fans around them.
No fans.
No.
Perhaps that was put up by one of the players. It's cleared by Keane. Only still in the Jersey half. There's a bit of pressure building from the Isle of Man here. They feel like they could score at any moment. So it's Sumner. It's won by Flynn there. There's calls for handball, but Blondell's not interested. Tavares takes it and now tries to play in Flynn. And it's that ball over the top that works so well. And Lissy miskicks it. Tries to cross it in towards Rodriguez. It's just a bit too much. So there is danger from Jersey. Those balls out to the wing. Tavares dropping deep and finding Flynn and Rodriguez in those wide positions. But will Lissy miss another one after being practically flawless yesterday and almost scoring twice today? You can see BBC Channel Islands sports producer Danny Parkinson behind the Isle of Man goal. It's played out to Mallon, who finds Stephen, and it's a good turn there by Costain, who lunges in there, wins it back, and Shaw gets it, and now some danger here. Stephen being pursued by Bradshaw, crosses it towards Wignall. She'll try the first time shot, and it bobbles in just. Felt like that could have crept in. No. I think there was a save to make there, boys. Won by Corkish. Straight back towards the Isle of Man goalkeeper Gregor, who's been practically a spectator in this first half, not had a lot to do with 37 minutes on the clock. Stephen plays it to Mallon. Now Costain, loose touch, finds Morris. And now Rasheen Flynn will look to find Sunby. And Sunby will try and find Tavares. Can they get it out to Rodriguez on the left? No. But Anya Ruth with a poor pass there. And Ruth has been mainly bypassed here. But Findlay has the ball. She's not got a lot of help. Plays it back to Stephen, who crosses it, and it's met by Morris at the edge of the Jersey penalty box. And Rodriguez and Mallon will go for that ball. Costain, who's come very deep. And now Stephen again, who crosses it to the far post. That might be just too far for Wignall, but she manages to pick it up on the far left side. Back towards Sumner, who's being pursued by Morris, but that's a poor ball there. That's cleared out by Benet. But Isle of Man pressing the attack. Back again with Gawn, who crosses it in towards Costain, but it's well intercepted by Bradshaw. And that looks like a ball for one of you chaps to collect. You've got ball boys down there. There we go. I see the chap with the cap who was here before. So we have a Jersey player down. That may be Bradshaw after that lunging clearance. And that'll be bad news for Jersey. Got a strong partnership with Benet, I'm told. Yeah, that was Bradshaw down. So it's Wignall over this Isle of Man corner. And the Isle of Man pressing very high here. There's nobody bar the goalkeeper in the Isle of Man half, but that corner goes over Lissy and out for a Jersey throw. But you can see the tactics there from the corner. Try and find Lissy at the back post. And Keane will throw it forward to Rodriguez. It's Tavares, who a nice bit of skill over the shoulder, but is brushed off by Sumner. And it's Blondell. Blondell gives it to Jersey, who almost ends up receiving it himself. And the skipper Sunby there with a blocked clearance, and now the Isle of Man press their advantage again with Wignall to Stephen. And a shot there dribbles towards Sarah Luce. And Luce did have to do something there because Costain was chasing up the rebounds. In fact, that was Findlay. And Rodriguez will take it down. Not a great touch. And now Stephen on the right. Good challenge by Keane. Shaw to Mallon. Now Costain. And Keane chips it inside towards Benet. And this is trouble with Findlay. Findlay tries a shot, but Bradshaw gets in the way. She's got another chance, but Bradshaw dives in with the sliding tackle. It's played back by Findlay. And she holds her head to the air, thinking, I should have done better there. Some good defending by Bradshaw. And it's missed by Sundby there. And Sumner plays it in towards Corkish, who has a shot from a good 40 yards out, and that is not in any danger to the Jersey goal. You can see Marvin out front, the man with the food. Do we have any lunch, boys? Anything good?
I had a chicken wrap.
Chicken wrap?
I had a chicken sandwich.
I tell you what, the chicken wrap in here yesterday smelled delicious. The only problem was the only thing you could smell afterwards was chicken wrap. But I do fancy a bit of shawarma. It's loose with the goal kick. It doesn't go far enough, and it's mopped up by Shaw, who's going to try and run down the right. It comes out for an Isle of Man throw-in. The Isle of Man looking to add to their one goal before half-time. And Jersey very much penned in their own half. It's a good spin there by Sumner. They find Shaw, back to Mallon. Mallon, who dives in, tackled by Sundby, and it's a good tackle by Sundby. Can Rodriguez keep it in? She can. The whole ball's not gone there. Don't know what anybody's complaining about. That's a lashing challenge by Mallon, and Tavares really using her quick feet there. But a bit of a swipe there by Stevie Mallon, and Blondel is having a word saying, look, we know you wanted to try and get the ball there, but you got most of the player. So it's Benet just under the commentary box position here, under the main stand. Benet stands over it and lofts it towards Stevie Mallon, who gave away, sorry, in fact it was Holly Stephen there. Bradshaw clears it out towards Morris, who's just struggling to link the play together. She's having to play very deep, and that means not a lot of service for those dangerous wide players for Jersey. But Rodriguez tucking in now, dealing with the dangerous Stephen. It's played inside towards Findlay, who, with a poor pass now, gives possession back to Jersey. Tashkeen tries a decent throw, and it's punched back by the crowd by a man with the biggest, bushiest beard I've seen down here. It's Tashkeen again under this. She tries to find Rodriguez. She does. And can Tavares get onto this? Corkish is going to try and get out for a throw-in, and it is. Rodriguez taking this one. Plays it to Sundby. And a bit of miscommunication there. And Rodriguez swings it in, but not enough Jersey players in there, and that may be a ball on top of the stand. Who goes against those boys?
Should be able to.
So we've got Tyrese and Sam in here today, again. And we're now into additional time, and we're not sure how long there is, but not been many stoppages. We've had a goal and a hydration break, so I expect maybe 3.5 minutes. But that's a decent tackle there by Holly Stephen. Sorry, not Holly Stephen. Stevie Mallon. It's the Isle of Man who have the ball with Mallon. And Corkish controls it poorly and gives possession back in a decent position to Jersey. Tavares flicks it on, and Sundby has a shot. Just wide of the Isle of Man goal, and that was, you can see Corkish, the skipper, apologising to her teammates because that was on her there, gifting possession to Jersey in a dangerous area, and that's Wignall at left back, playing to Gawn. Now Sumner out to Wignall, who loses possession to Morris. And Rasheen Flynn has her pocket picked by Wignall there as the Isle of Man try to build from the back. And it's played square across the Isle of Man half. And almost every Jersey player now in their half looking to defend. And it's a lunge there by Mallon. Who came off the bench yesterday but has started today. And we didn't see many changes from Jersey yesterday, only one substitution, so possibly some tired legs out there. There are 5 subs who I'm sure are raring to go on this bench. And that is the end of the first half. The Isle of Man having certainly the best of the play and scoring the only goal. Sarah Wignall with that shot into the bottom right corner, beating Sarah loose. But Jersey are in this. There have been chances. Shot from Rodriguez, cleared off the line by the skipper Corkish. But at half-time in this Cherry Godfrey Cup final, it's Isle of Man 1, Jersey 0. Welcome back to Victoria Park for the final of the Cherry Godfrey Cup. Jersey versus the Isle of Man. And the Isle of Man leading 1-0. That goal from Sarah Wignall at 31 minutes. I'm looking around and I can't see any changes for either side. But that may not mean there hasn't been one. Are we seeing any changes, boys? I think this is quite similar to what we had before.
Can't see anything different.
And I will warn you, a lady with a straw hat on is going to come and deliver a pizza. And this looks promising.
Ooh.
And that looked like half a chance for Jersey there, but mopped up by Gregor. So good afternoon. I'll run you through the starting lineups again because looks like we've not had any changes. I'll start with the Isle of Man, who are on the attack here with Wignall on the left. In goal, Kaylee Gregor. On the right of defence, number 2, Stevie Mallon. Playing in the middle, Captain Becky Corkish and Tia Lissy, who I believe had a goal ruled out. It was handball, not pushing, handball at the back post. And at left back, Ellie Gorn, number 18, who's managed to get forward quite well, overlapping Wignall. And it does look like a 4-4-2 again, with the Isle of Man just under a bit of pressure here as the ball's cleared out to Wignall, number 9, Sarah Wignall, who's playing on the left wing. Plays it into Costain, number 10, who is playing just behind Lula Findlay as a forward, with number 14, Lydia Shaw, in the middle of midfield. And the dangerous Holly Stephen, number 7, out on the right. And I suppose the only person missing there is number 11, Holly Sumner, the midfield pair with Shaw. So that is your Isle of Man starting lineup. On the bench, number 17, Pippa Wallace, 16, Millie Dawson, 6, Louise Gibbons, number 5, Caitlin Smith, and number 20, Chloe Tier. So no subs for the Isle of Man in the second half. And I'll run you through the Jersey starting lineup. And it sounds like my pizza might be just about to be delivered. I can hear somebody coming up, and that is a Claire Pryor. Thank you so much, Claire.
Doesn't look very commentary friendly.
That doesn't look particularly commentary friendly, does it? No, fantastic. But it does smell good. So let's run you through the Jersey starting lineup. Sarah Luce in goal, with Tiffany Sumby at right back, Danielle Bradshaw and Poppy Benet at centre back, and Natasha Keane at left back. And a shot there, which is taken by Gregor, an effort by Leah Morris. In midfield, sitting in front of the back four, is Anya Ruth, who the game has largely bypassed, not really said her name a lot. And next to her, in midfield, Leah Morris, who's number 10, and the skipper, Holly Sundby, number 8. And then those dangerous forward players as Sarah Wignall tries to keep the ball in. It does look like it may have just gone out there. And it is. It's flagged out by Nico Squatto for a goal kick. So those front three for Jersey. Leading the line is Anita Tavares, number 9, with either side Sophia Rodriguez and Roisin Flynn. Rodriguez and Flynn having scored in the game yesterday against the Isle of Wight. So it's a Jersey ball, goal kick. I'll run you through the subs. As I said, the only one sub made yesterday by Jersey, so perhaps we'll see some fresh legs in this second half. Number 21, Taya Vass, 12, Rachel McCartan, 14, Lauren Carey, 15, Emily LePage, and 16, Hannah Lynham. No relation to Des, I'm told. No, nobody in the commentary box get that? Des Lynham? No? Grandstand? Wow. Wow. I am old. It's gone on the ball. Plays it into Costain, who's just playing in that pocket behind Findlay and seems to be picking up the ball in some good areas. She was playing as the last man last night against the Isle of Wight, who lost 5-1 earlier to Guernsey. So it'll be Guernsey who are third. Just chatting to a few of the Guernsey players in the bar at half-time who are very happy with their performance. As Tavares picks it up and tries to find Rodriguez. And that is a foul given by Blondell against Costain on Anya Ruth. It's Benet who will take the free kick just inside the Jersey half. Try and put the Isle of Man backline under some pressure. We've not had a lot to do this half, apart from one mistake from Corkish, which almost led to a Jersey goal, but it's cleared by Shaw, only as far as Benet, and that's Sunby flicking it on. Tavares trying to get ahead of Lissy, but it's well cleared by Lissy. Oh, and this is a sticky, horrible pizza that I've got. I mean, it's a yummy pizza, but it's sticking to the wrapping. And it's Ruth on the ball, just in the centre circle, playing it to Sunby. We'll try and find Flynn over the top, who's in a foot race with Lissy, but Lissy muscles her out of it. Played against Flynn for a goal kick, and that's intelligent play there by Lissy. Rhubarber handball has not done anything wrong today. And it does look like a Jersey substitution, number 19, in fact, sorry, Isle of Man substitution, number 19, Lula Findlay coming off. And Findlay not seeing much in either of the games that we've watched here at the Cherry Godfrey Cup. And she's been replaced by, I think, it's number 20, Chloe Tear, who we did see yesterday. There's Wignall back towards Lissy. And the Isle of Man not rushing anything, not racing to go forward, there's no need. They're 1-0 up. Gone with it on this near side. And Wignall will look to turn Sunby there, but it's a really good bit of closing down by Benet there. She loses it, she goes one step too far, and now it's Wignall, who plays it to Costain. And this could be trouble here for Jersey. Wignall plays it to Costain, tries to get it out towards Sumner. Sumner tries it off the side, and it's kicked out of the hands of Sarah Luce there by, I think, the substitute Chloe Tear there. So her first touch is to give away a foul. But some danger there for the Jersey back line. And Claire Pryor was right. This is not commentary friendly food. So Lissy wins that there against Morris, and Morris looks in some pain. Play goes on, and it's Costain who plays it through towards Tear. It's well cleared by Benet, and Blondell will look to see if Morris is all right. And she's moving gingerly there, but deciding to play on. It's Tear, cleared by Benet. Out for a throw-in. It's Tier again. And chests it down. Plays it to Wignall, but it's very well intercepted there by Sunby. Partner of Holly Sunby, the captain. And that's just snuck out for a Jersey throw-in. So still a decent crowd here. A few people seem to have ebbed away. Obviously going home to watch it on YouTube. So Ruth plays it back towards Bene. And it's cleared out towards Rodriguez, but Malin does well. As Wignall looks to turn Sunby. Still Wignall. That's a dangerous ball across her line there, and bailed out there by Malin. Corkish plays it along the back line to Lissy, who tries to find Costain on the left wing, and now Rasheen Flynn will race forward, and that is a poor ball there. She was looking for Tavares but couldn't find her. But the clearance does end up in a Jersey throw-in, which they'll hope to get something from. Thrown in by Sunby to Tavares, who chests it down and manages to win a corner off of Lissy. And this will be Jersey's first corner of this half. Swung in. Gregor gets under it, and it's really safe hands there by Gregor, who's looked very composed whenever she's been called into action for the Isle of Man. So Lissy taking the ball out as the goalkeeper decides to play it short, and Jersey retreat into their own half, and you can see that Sunby saying drop off a few yards here, it's going long. And Gorn drives on, but it's cannons off of Gorn after a tackle by Sunby, and for a Jersey throw-in. Bounces off of Rodriguez there, and the Isle of Man regain possession just underneath our commentary position at the halfway line here at Victoria Park on this big pitch, which I imagine is warm because 4G gets very hot in this sun. So still one goal in it. Sarah Wignall after 31 minutes. The Isle of Man leading by 1-0 here on the Guernsey FA's YouTube channel. Thanks for being with us for the Cherry Godfrey Cup earlier today. Guernsey winning the 3rd/4th playoff against the Isle of Wight 5-1. So some happy Guernsey players in the bar this afternoon after some relatively miserable ones yesterday evening after they got beaten 3-1 by the Isle of Man. So it's Tash Keane with the ball just next to that Isle of Man flag. We've spotted 2 Isle of Man flags now. A very diddy one next to the Jersey dugout.
One down there. And one
Oh, and there's a third one. We've got 3.
and down there.
And down there. We've got 4 Isle of Man flags. Fantastic. A few Jersey flags on the sides. So it's racing forward now. Going to be Tash Keane again, who picks up the ball on the far side, just next to the food crate, which I can imagine is the hottest place, apart from right here, in Victoria Park. It's Tavares who manages to keep the ball. Keane finds Tavares. Can she swing a cross in? She can. It's Rodriguez. Rodriguez just doesn't get enough of a clean connection. But she's going to try and get back into the box. Some good work by Rodriguez there. So Isle of Man have the ball in their own half, halfway through their own half. As Costain is pursued by Benet. And Wignall ends up on her front. And Jersey trying to move things quickly. They're in a rush to try and get something here. They've got 30 minutes to score. And Chad Morris, the head coach, will be wondering whether it's time to make some substitutions here. Because unless they do something soon, they'll be going home with nothing. So it's Flynn to Sunby and Tavares, who takes a shot, but it was a tame effort that dribbles out on the right hand side of the Isle of Man goal. Gregor on the ball, gives it to the skipper Corkish, who's got tape on her knee. Some of that black kinetic tape, and it's lost to the dangerous Flynn, who takes a shot from a good 35 yards out, and that's not troubling Gregor. And Gregor's not in a rush yet. Somebody's going to need to press her, or she's not going to pick it up in those orange gloves. And it's Flynn who took the shot, who presses. And it's played out really bad kick there that finds Rodriguez, but Rodriguez can't find Tavares. And now Costain going into her own half. Back to Lissy. Out wide to Gorm. And Gorm with a bit of space now. She finds Costain. It's Wignall who's just looking to probe that Jersey defence. And Sumner played out to Sumner. But it just goes out for a throw-in. And now Rodriguez is headed out by the Isle of Man. So it'll be Jersey who keep possession. Jersey starting to have a few moments. And it's Wignall, whose through ball is just clipped out by Benet. Now, Rodriguez hits a ball to the face. And now Shaw, who does a great job in just calming things down and getting it back to the goalkeeper. So what's it like in the white tent, guys? Have you been over there? No, we're not worthy. Not worthy. No. Only for the most worthy of people is the white marquee. And it's Costain. And she's bundled over by Bradshaw there. She's looking for a penalty, and Blondell just smiles, going, no. And I think he's got it right there. Tashkeen racing over to make sure that Stephen can't pick this up. And now Flynn, who loses it. And this is dangerous. Tier plays it to Costain, and a really good interception by Benet, who is now out of position but is hauled down by Stephen. And a super bit of work by Benet. And some silliness there by Chloe Tier, the second half substitute. Just winding up the Jersey players, but not drawing much attention from the ref. It's Flynn who loses out. And now Wignall. And this is dangerous here. Wignall cuts in. She finds Tier. Back to Wignall with the shot. It's over the Jersey goal, and that looks like another ball for you, Tyrese. He's not happy. He's not happy. Here we go. The two chaps are already on the way. Well trained, I say. But that was a really good effort there. You could tell that's what Wignall wanted to do. She wanted to line up another one of those shots. There was a bit of a push in the back there, and Leah Morris again not looking comfortable. And Tash Keane clears it, and it's a Isle of Man throw-in, and you can see a gesture there from Danielle Bradshaw that she needs to come off to the bench. And that's poor touch from Stephen, goes through for a Jersey goal kick, and there's a bit of an indication that they want something done by the bench, but no indication that there'll be any substitutions by so it's Tavares who doesn't manage to hold on to it, and that's very out of character because she has shown some really deft touches throughout this Cherry Godfrey Cup. But it's Isle of Man who are making a substitution here. It's goal scorer from last night, Lisa Costain, who is coming off, and coming on I see number 17, Pippa Wallace, who we also saw last night. So we've got 67 minutes on the clock. I expect we'll get our second half hydration break anytime soon. And Joelle Preo, who's organised all of this, how do you feel like it's going?
It's all gone really well. I'm really happy with how the event's gone. Lots of people seem to be happy with being involved. So
And a good crowd.
successful
Good
weekend
amount.
of football.
Good amount of happy families down here enjoying some football, and why not? I always find people moan about, oh, there's nothing to do in Guernsey. Well, there's always football on. And if you don't like football, fool on you. And I'm not sure if that was a shot or a... Joel. We'll get rid of that. And here is Nick Legg, the man who bought me dinner last night. What a babe.
Oh, makes me sound like a right cat.
Nick, you are.
Thank you.
And here is, I believe, the hydration break. So I'm going to leave you for a few minutes as the adverts go on. Well done, Sam. Well done, Sam. Obviously, lots of Cherry Godfrey adverts today for the Cherry Godfrey Cup. Victoria Park after that hydration break. It's 1-0 to the Isle of Man against Jersey. And the big question is, everybody, hydration breaks here to stay?
No, I don't think so.
Joel Prio?
When global warming is happening and causing such great temperatures, I
Yeah.
feel they are quite necessary.
Yeah, I have to say, the planet is melting, and I felt it this week. But does it do something to the flow of the game? Turn it into a game of 4 quarters?
No, it helps keep the
I'm gonna go
intensity of the
home.
matchup and keep hydrated players.
And I tell you what, Joel Prio, sensible. Always said that. So Stephen over this corner for the Isle of Man. It's towards Lissy again, but it's won by Shaw, and that is a super save there. In fact, Brent Blondell is saying, not a save, came off the bar. I felt like Sarah Luz may have got a glove to that.
We'll play for 20 more seconds and then we'll go back.
You said that before and just kept going.
Yeah, 'cause I had it on loop.
So it's Bene with a real driven ball that. And we've not seen any substitutions again from Jersey. Leaving it late or leaving it not at all. In fact, perhaps we have. Has Danielle Bradshaw gone off? That looks like a new centre back next to Poppy Bene.
Jersey Martin.
No, that's Danielle Bradshaw still. So no substitutions for either team. That's a good win there by Shaw, who just had that header off the bar. And Flynn, who's been wasteful in possession when she has had it. Complete polar opposite to the danger she showed last night against the Isle of Wight. But she's just not being given any space to play by the 2 fullbacks. And it looks like they have swapped over. And now Tyr. He plays it in towards Wignall, gets her head on it, but it's just wide of the post, and I think unless you can give a bit more power on it, that wasn't going to trouble Sarah Luce. I suppose the big question now is, Sarah Luce has conceded 1, Gregor conceded 1 against Guernsey yesterday. Who is going to win the Golden Glove? Or is it going to be shared between Sarah Luce and Kaylee Gregor? But at the moment, Heidi Dorber's Golden Boot is looking pretty safe. Unless Sarah Wignall's about to go on a madness. And that's a great ball through the lines towards Sumner. It's Wignall out on this left-hand side. She cuts in towards the heart of the substitute. And Keane clears only towards Tavares, who holds it up nicely, and she shrugs off Corkish. And now she looks to make the pass. And it's Sunby who runs on. And the pass isn't good enough, but can Tavares win it again? It's Sunby to Tavares. It's missed out there. And a decent bit of play there, but just the wrong ball picked out by Tavares. Possibly not helped out by the runs being quite similar from Rodriguez and Flynn in both channel. Meaning it was easy to defend narrow. So it's the Isle of Man who are on the ball now. Lissy. Out to Gorm. Back to Lissy. And across to the skipper Corkish, who had that one scary moment in the first half, but otherwise has been faultless. And we didn't see yesterday. So perhaps just keeping her fit for this one. Big gamble. It's Corkish, plays it into Shaw, who was the skipper yesterday, playing at centre half. That's a bit of pressure for Mallon, and she ends up losing the ball under pressure from Leah Morris, who looked like she was pulling up with a bit of an injury before, but seems to have shaken it off. Headed there by Flynn, and now Tavares with those tricky feet, and she beats Mallon and finds Sunby. But Lissy comes in with a crunching tackle, and Ruth heads it forward to Rodriguez. Back to Sunby. Can Rodriguez get it under control? No. Now Sumner. And Isle of Man will look to break, and Wignall is being pursued by Tiffany Sunby there. It's Tyr with those pink boots on. She tries to find Wignall through the middle, but it's a great block by Benet. And that's a decent ball. Can Gregor get to it before Flynn? She can. But that is the danger that Roisin Flynn can provide. And Rodriguez keen to get things started quickly, so she crosses it to Tavares. 13 minutes left for Jersey to get something, and they are starting to put some pressure on the Isle of Man. Flynn. But Ruth falls down under a bit of pressure from Wallace there, but no foul given, and I can't really see why any would. But there's another lace, honestly. Who's having their laces? I think there's been laces being undone in every single game. So it's Jersey back on the ball with Keane. Mrs. Flynn, and Tavares gives chase to Corkish, but Corkish decides the best option is to just get it out of play. It's Flynn. Back to Morris. Out towards Ruth, who's under a bit of pressure now, and Wallace is pursuing, but good bit of work there, and Sunby trays it to Ruth, who manages to just lose possession inside the Isle of Man half, and now dangerous right winger can make progress, and Sunby has the ball. Chloe Tyr gets her foot on it and plays it out wide. Another one with pink boots. A lot of pink boots around, and this is a good run here by Holly Stephen. She's beaten Tash Keane. She crosses it towards Sarah Wignall, whose touch is poor, but Wignall wins it back. She's going to try and make up, and she's body checked by Anya Ruth there. Bosh. And it's Holly Stephen making her way down the right again. And it's tapped out by Anya Ruth, who's done very well there. And it looks like Jersey are making a substitution. I see somebody who's taken off their bib in the away dugout. So it's Wignall, back to Wallace. Now Sumner, who's bursting into the box, and she loses it. And that's a corner. Sunby obviously did enough there just to put Sumner under pressure as she pressed forward. Crossed in, and it's met by Lissy, and she misses at the back post and goes flying into Poppy Bennett. Sorry, Sophia Rodriguez, who's helped up. And this looks like the first Jersey substitution. Who is coming off? Is it Sophia Rodriguez? That is a surprise. Perhaps just ran out of legs. So Sophia Rodriguez is coming off on that right wing, and she's being replaced by Hannah Lynham. Can Lynham have more luck than her colleagues? So it's Lynham under this. She heads it, but loses it to Gorn. She'll try and use her fresh legs now. It's Wignall being given time to play, a few step overs, bit of trickery, gets past Sunby. Can she get a cross in? No. Great tackle by Sandby there. She's calling for a corner, and I've got no idea why, because it was quite obviously off of her. So it's Wignall over this corner. Eight minutes to go, and a header from Wallace as she was backpedaling. Didn't cause any danger for Jersey, and Jersey now going to need to find something if they want to force this match to penalties, because we have no added time. It's straight to penalties. And I'll tell you what, if it's penalties, you boys might end up having to go look for a few more balls. But so far, it's Sarah Wignall's goal that is the difference. It's Wignall who picks up the ball on this left-hand side. And I'd say for me, she's been the player of the tournament. And she tries to get a shot in, but it's really well defended by Sundby. Out to Stephen, who finds Tear. Looks to get that 1-2 with Stephen. Can she do it? She can, but the cross is weak, and it's cleared well by Benet. And the Jersey defence looking very, very leggy right now. Some tired legs out there after a lot of football over the last 48 hours. In fact, 24 hours. They were playing less than a day ago. And there's a beat trying to get in there. So Stephen over this. It's headed away by Bradshaw. Only as far as Tear, who volleys it in. And it just loops over the crossbar. But a good effort there by the substitute Chloe Tear. That could have found its way into Luce's net. So the big question for you two chaps, where are you watching the Panama game?
Ah, it is ours.
Ah, right, so we're all going around to Tyrese. It's fantastic. Bit of dance. I have to say, the idea of going out for a 10 o'clock kickoff, absolutely not. I'll be watching it at home, possibly in bed. Which probably shows you that you're 17 and 18 and I'm 34. Sounding a bit Mark Corrigan there. So it's the Isle of Man on the ball. Not in any rush to do anything here, but Corkish plays it into Sumner. Now Shaw. To Gorn. And this is a good ball into Wallace, but Benet off her line incredibly well, and she's holding her calf. This isn't good, but she's shaking that off. That's a good tackle there by Leah Morris. And now Sundby will look to launch an attack for Jersey. Sundby asking for it in front of her. She gets it, but she can't control it. Now Ruth out towards Lynham. Ruth again with her ginger hair. And she's spending about as much time on the ground as Bavington did in the first half. In the first game even. Can't seem to stay on the feet. Maybe it's the boots. Maybe it's the boots. Must be the boots, isn't it? If you always go down, you blame the studs.
Or the pitch.
Or the pitch. I mean, this is a perfect surface, but I think Poppy Benet's down with cramp, and no surprise there. She has been the MVP for Jersey's defence today. It just seems like a bit of cramp. Hopefully she can carry on, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of action from the Jersey bench. Rasheen Flynn going over to get some instructions from Chad Morris, father of Leah Morris. And that's a easy ball to clear up for Luce. 4 minutes on the clock. 4 minutes left of normal time. We don't know how much added time we're going to get, but I can't imagine it'll be a lot. That stoppage for Benet, maybe adding on just a minute. That's a good scooped ball there, but it's well defended by Gorn. Now Wignall in her own half. Goes back to Gorn. Back to Wignall. Wignall loses it to Tavares, and Tavares is bearing down on goal now. Does she go right to line him? No, she's doing it herself. And a great tackle by Corkish. And you have to wonder why Tavares didn't quite fancy giving it to Lynham on the right there, but didn't manage to get a shot off, and that'll be frustrating for Jersey, their best opportunity of this second half. Sunby out to Morris. It's defended by Lissy. It's Tavares. Just intercepted that. And the Isle of Man trying to play it out from the back. Wignall not managing to keep it in. So this is a throw-in a good position for Jersey now. Question is, can they do something with it? Sunby saying, get further away. It's headed over by Wignall and cleared by Shaw. And now a call for a ball. Tyrese, where are you? Come on. Oh, we've lost that again. My word. So Sunby, intercepted by Wignall, and it's Bene who's further forward than I suppose we would expect for a centre half. And Sunby there with a little turn, going to try and make her way up the right. Sunby looks for Morris. It goes through her legs. Out to Sunby again with the throw. Going to try and find Tavares' feet, but it's a really good clearing header by Lissy. Tavares. Going to try and use that fancy footwork to get past Wignall. Crosses it in. And Bradshaw tries to put something towards the far post. And it's bobbled. And Gregor drops it, and there it is, Tash Keane with the equaliser, and Gregor will be mortified, and I think we are heading to penalties. Tasha Keane with the goal there, Natasha Keane. That will be devastating for the Isle of Man. Kaylee Gregor, who has looked unflappable, but not really been phased, been tested, dropping that ball to the feet of Tash Keane. And that was not an easy finish. Not an easy angle. And I think we are heading for penalties. Which I'm sure my wife will be delighted about. So it means I'll even be leaving later home. Goal scorer Keane there. Now Wignall. Can Wignall do something to stop a penalty shootout? To Sumner, and now Bene. Intercepted by Lissy, and Lissy now thinking, I want to go home, pushing forward. But now Isle of Man short at the back, and that's a poor pass by Rasheen Flynn. And there are some tired legs out there. Can see Holly Sunby, the skipper, who is not moving as quickly as she was. And a good interception by Bradshaw there. Sunby, Tavares. Can she find Flynn? No. Sumner with a great interception, and now the Isle of Man will press forward. With number 5, Caitlin Smith, who I'm guessing is a substitute who came on at that goal. Because Caitlin Smith has come on the right for Holly Stephen, number 7. I wonder if Holly's not a penalty taker. Oh, in fact, no, I can see Holly Stephen. Must have come on for someone else. And that's lofted, and it's not good enough to phase loose. So we're in the 91st minute now. And I think we are heading for a repeat of the 2024 final, which went to penalties That one was won by the Isle of Man. But Jersey have their tails up now after that goal, and I can imagine that Kaylee Gregor's confidence will have been knocked by that mistake. And it's Sarah Luce now in the driving seat for the Golden Glove. Only conceded one in this Cherry Godfrey Cup. But I hope you will stay with us for penalties if we do go that way. We were talking about England before. I tell you what, no penalties in the next few weeks, please. My blood pressure's high enough with 2 kids. It's cleared by Lissy, high into the air. It's Morris under it, and she tries to control it, wiggles her foot at it. And it's over, but cleared by Stephen. And it looks like Stephen has gone to right back, and we have a substitution. Lynham coming off, and Rodriguez coming back on. Obviously Lynham not fancied as a penalty taker. So Sophia Rodriguez now. And you have to feel for some of the subs for Jersey, because Rachel McCartan, Lauren Carey and Emily LePage have not seen any football this weekend. But hey, it's the experience, I suppose. Almost 93 minutes on the clock. Which side would be better for penalties for losing balls? I suspect you'd rather that way,
Yeah, probably.
because that way looks like a lot of crops.
Yep.
And Gregor gathers that nicely, and she's going to look to launch things off quickly. Out to Wignall, who's under pressure from Sunby. Now Gorn. Gorn plays it into midfield, and Sunby makes a tackle. Gorn to Lissy. Now Sumner. Shaw. Corkish, who's going to drive the Isle of Man forward. Plays it sideways to her partner Lissy. Lissy out. Tries to find Wignall, but smashes it against the back of Sophia Rodriguez's head. And it's Sumner who's driving forward. Tries to play it through, and it's intercepted by Bradshaw. And Sunby just doesn't have the legs to catch that. They are out on their feet, Jersey. And this is dangerous. And that is poor from Tia Lissy. We know the quality there. But it just spoons out to the right. And we are ready for a penalty shootout. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to end this. And we are going to go on to penalties. I'm going to reset this, and we will be back for a penalty shootout to find out the winner of the Cherry Godfrey Cup. Welcome back to Victoria Park for this penalty shootout. The Isle of Man set to take the first spot kick. Sarah Wignall against Sarah Luce, the Sarahs. And it's scored by Wignall. A super penalty into the bottom left-hand corner. And now it's the turn of the Jersey centre forward, number 9, Anita Tavares. She hasn't scored at this tournament, but her work off the ball and bringing in the other players has been second to none. Now we saw Kaylee Gregor after the final whistle. She looked crestfallen after that mistake that led to Tash Keen's goal, the equaliser. Will it be playing on her mind now? As Tavares lines up. And it's saved. Saved by Gregor. A super save down to her left. And there's a lot of fans behind the goal now. And they all look like they're supporting the Isle of Man. I wonder why. So who's stepping up next? That's number 20, Chloe Tate. Tear against Luce. Will it be tears for the Isle of Man? Sorry. Apologies for that. And a super penalty by Chloe Tear. Sarah Luce just managed to get a hand to it. And that is the Isle of Man firmly in the driving seat as Natasha Keane, the goal scorer, steps up. A left footer, used to play further forward on the pitch before her knee injury, played on the wing. One of Jersey's brightest talents. The lady who got Jersey back level. She faces up Kaylee Gregor. Can she open the scoring for Jersey at this penalty shootout? She can. Fired into the mid-range of that right-hand court side. It's 2-1 to the Isle of Man. The Isle of Man with the advantage here. And anybody who knows Channel Islands football knows that Sarah Luce is not to be underestimated. A super goalkeeper. Facing up against number 18, Ellie Gorn, the left back. Left back taking a second penalty. Not sure about that. And it's saved by Luce. And it's the turn of the skipper, Holly Sunby, but a super save by Steve Luce down to her left-hand side. Not a bad penalty by Gorn. She's upset and she's greeted by her teammates Wignall and Corkish. And it's Sunby against Gregor. Can the Jersey skipper level things? Yes, she can, but a glove to it from Gregor. She'll be frustrated. And that was lucky from Gregor there. Quite a tame penalty. But a good penalty, Sam, is one that goes in.
Yeah.
So it's another substitute, Millie Dawson, with this penalty for the Isle of Man. 2-2. Of course, we remember 2 years ago the Isle of Man won the Cherry Godfrey Cup on penalties. So it's Dawson. And it's hammered into the bottom left corner by Dawson. Luce went the right way, but it wasn't enough. And Corkish coming out to greet every single one of the penalty takers and Wignall. And Sarah Luce handing the ball back to the next penalty taker, Sofia Rodriguez, who scored last night and had a shot today that was cleared almost off the line. Sofia Rodriguez just stepping out her run-up. Rodriguez to equalise. And Gregor is left rooted to the spot almost. And it's 3-3. Now the turn of yesterday's captain, Lydia Shaw. Impressive in central midfield and centre-back yesterday. A confident player, lots of experience, to take the 4th penalty for the Isle of Man. So it's Shaw. You can see the Guernsey team lined up behind the goal. And Shaw sends loose the other way. Confident penalty there. And it's yesterday's danger woman, Rasheen Flynn, stepping up. Didn't manage to see a lot of the game today. Was very well marked by Gawn and Mellon, the Isle of Man fullbacks. But it's Rasheen Flynn looking to make it 4-4. Gregor stands on her line. She's tiptoeing, bouncing up and down. And Flynn fires it high into the top stanchions. She's happy. She pumps her fists as she goes back. And she's delighted. And now they've got to work out, well, what do we do next? We only picked 5 penalty takers. And here is yesterday's captain for the Isle of Man, Tia Lissy. Sorry, yes, Tia Lissy. It's Lissy. And she hits it hard, Harry Kane-esque, one would say. Not about placement, but about power, that one. And now we are on to sudden death. If Leah Morris misses this, the Isle of Man will be going home with the Cherry Godfrey Cup, which is sitting right behind me, actually. It's a very big trophy. And a lovely one. And I can imagine you can fit a lot of beer in it. It's like a good time at the hog roast afterwards. So the referee just chatting with Gregor, saying, you need to stay on your line. So it's Leah Morris, daughter of Chad Morris, the head coach, who has to score here for Jersey. And Morris places it into the bottom left corner. And we are at sudden death now. It's Stephen, the right winger, who gave Amy Oja a torrid evening yesterday. Who I will admit, I didn't see strike a ball massively cleanly in both of these games. And perhaps not the most confident penalty taker. But let's see, she's stepping up 6th. Takes a lot of confidence and courage to step up and take a penalty in front of 200 fans. It's Stephen against Luce. And it's off the bar by Stephen. And that gives Jersey a way in now. Tiffany Sunby, partner of Holly Sunby, the Jersey captain, can win this for Jersey. And Stephen looks devastated. She's met by her captain, Becky Corkish. She's hugged by Sumner. As Tiffany Sunby, the right back, steps up to win the Cherry Godfrey Cup for Jersey. It's Sunby against Gregor to win this cup. And it's scored, and it's Jersey who have won the 2nd Cherry Godfrey Cup. Tiffany Sunby with the decisive penalty. And Jersey are the winners of this 2nd Cherry Godfrey Cup. And the Isle of Man will be devastated with that result. After leading for 89 minutes, that mistake by Kaylee Gregor, leading to Tash Keen's goal, has seen Jersey win on penalties 6-5 against the Isle of Man. And that means that Jersey will be going home with the Cherry Godfrey Cup that's just being placed on the plinth in front of me. Thank you to everybody who's been here watching along on YouTube, listening along to my nonsense. And we'll see you in 2 years' time, where Jersey will be looking to defend their first Cherry Godfrey Cup win. Goodbye, and thanks for being with us.